Hey everyone, Don and Ash here,
Hello.
back for another reaction video. This time we're going to be watching the World's 2022 opening ceremony, the final one that's been released so far. We're waiting on the 2023 one yet. So this one is featuring Lil Nas X, Jackson Wang, and Etta Hayes. The only name that's familiar to me is Etta Hayes. I believe I've seen that name in one of the songs performed before, one of the like main League of Legends, title songs or whatever I'm going to call them. And I'm excited because this one should be bringing a crowd back if I've been reading the comments correctly. Um, yeah, no, I'm excited to see what they've done. I feel like every year since 2019 has been a challenge for them in a different way,
Yeah,
and hopefully 2022 has just kind of embellished on what they did in 2021, and I'm hoping that 2023, because things should be a little bit more lax,
definitely.
this
Yeah.
year. Um, they can really go full force with it. So I'm most excited for 2023, but it's been like a cool journey to see where they've gone since the start of COVID.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely been an incredible journey. I'm stoked to get into it.
All right, let's hop in. A circular 360 screen.
Wow.
Yo, with this song too, so epic.
I know, right?
Yeah, we got a crowd again.
I'm like, "Ee!" Very cool.
Hear my plea to the fallen, leave me to be with the broken one last time before I go. Hold the last burning ember, let us never surrender. May we rise unto the call for the glory and the fall. must never surrender. Now we rise unto the call. For the glory and the fall.
Very cool so far. The stage is sweet.
Like, so dang cool.
Yeah. No portal glitch this time.
I lied awake for days, counting all the ways I died. Everything I couldn't save, buried down, still half alive. It's got me crawling in my skin. No one's coming out to hold me close. Pouring out the gasoline. Yeah, I've been making friends with all these ghosts, and I got nothing left to lose. Fight to the future. Fire to the fuse. Shaking and stressing, but I'm back when I'm at. Yeah, I'm a boss. Shaking my teeth in, and I won't let you go when I'm having fun till set fire to the fuse. Well, it's not me to turn and run at the bitter truth, and I choked it down. Left a bad taste on my tongue, but my appetite's been growing now. I can see you crawling in your skin, but no one's coming out to hold you close. I'm pouring out the gasoline, so say hello to all my ghosts. Shaking and stressing, but I'm back when I'm at. Yeah, I'm a buzzkill with nothing to lose. Shaking my teeth in, and I won't let you go when I'm having fun till set fire to the fuse. I'm moving like a shadow. You're walking in my dead zone. Breathing slow. Ooh, love the heart, love the high. Watching life fade from your eyes. Ooh, and this is not a warning. This is not a warning. I'm zooted in on you and I'm coming for the place. And I'm about to ignite. Just trying to play cool. Echoes in your head like deja vu. I'm sick and stressed, but I'm back when I'm at. Yeah, I'm a buzzkill with nothing to lose. Shaking my teeth say it's over if I'm breathing. Racing to the moonlight and I'm speeding. I'm headed to the stars, ready to go far and start walking. Don't ever say it's over if I'm breathing. Racing to the moonlight and I'm speeding. I'm headed to the stars, ready to go far and start walking. On a mission to get high up, I know that I'ma die, reaching for a life that I don't really need at all. Never listen to replies, learn the lesson from the wise. You should never take advice from somebody that ain't tried. They said I wouldn't make it out alive. They told me I would never see the rise. That's why I gotta get 'em every time. Gotta watch 'em bleed too. Don't ever say it's over if I'm breathing. Racing to the moonlight and I'm speeding. I'm headed to the stars, ready to go far and start walking. Don't ever say it's over if I'm breathing. Racing to the moonlight and I'm speeding. I'm headed to the stars, ready to go far and start walking. Been at since I came out my mama, thanking God that he never woke up. Prove 'em wrong every time till it's normal. Why worship legends when you know that you can join them? These demons don't like me, they don't like me. Likely they wanna fight me. Come on, try it out. Trying me to put me down, but I ain't never cried out. Why need word from the wise? Don't put words inside somebody that ain't tried. They said I wouldn't make it out alive. They told me I would never see the rise. That's why I gotta get 'em every time. Don't ever say it's over. Don't ever say it's over if I'm breathing. Racing to the moonlight and I'm speeding. I'm headed to the stars, ready to go far and start walking. Don't ever say it's over if I'm breathing. Racing to the moonlight and I'm speeding. I'm headed to the stars, ready to go far and start walking.
Wow.
Yeah,
Like,
interesting.
that was pretty damn epic.
It was interesting. Yeah, it was epic in its own way. I feel like that wasn't my favorite one. And I'll get into the reasons why. But overall, the performance did a great job, and them having obviously less restrictions overall. You can see it in like the crowd, in the size of the production,
Yeah.
and the scale of the choreography, or the scale of like the stage. I said it was amazing, with like the screens above the stage, below the stage. They would have graphics that played from like some sort of projector above to make the graphics on the circular stage. Like all the connectedness of it all was amazing. The reason it wasn't my favorite was because I felt like they really focused more on hyping up the singers. Like it just felt really focused on the singers rather than me getting excited about a world final, which was kind of weird to me. Like they started off with showing the players early on, which I thought was interesting because the attention was drawn away from the players really quick. Like it was a weird introduction rather than it scaling up to show the players as the final pinnacle thing. Same with the attention on the trophy. The trophy just kind of came in a transition between light, and it
Yeah.
was kind of lackluster. And then I felt like the attention of the trophy was quickly overshadowed by the fact that we're raising up Little Nas X to be the centerpiece of the end of the show. You know what I mean? So that felt really weird to me, with the players just being there,
Yeah,
right?
that I can totally agree with.
Yeah, like
Yeah. I did have that same thought when I was like, oh, and the trophy is just there.
Yeah, so I think that's the reason why it was my favorite because I more I guess the layout of the show was just a bit, pieces just seemed a little bit mixed up to me. But overall, honestly, like everything was awesome. Production was awesome. Like I said, screens were awesome. The
Yeah.
sound again was back to having that direct sound, so
Yes.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
The sound sitting here not watching it live was, I think, going to be the biggest thing to connect us to the performance or whatever.
Definitely.
So that was sick. I'm really just impressed with like a lot of the lighting and a lot of the graphics and the other screens. They were like, I'm not sure they were screens. They were like sheets, like the three
Yeah.
sheets or whatever that things were being projected onto. I think
Yes.
those really added a lot to the performances and really rounded them out. So
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that was like probably one of my favorite things because I love that they were able to like scale vertically with all of their like digital projections, holograph things, whatever you want to call them. All the things that were vertical, it really added like such scale to the performance. I do really love that they were able to have like a whole like choreographed team available too for each song. I think that added a lot of like obviously a lot to the performance itself. But yeah, no, I was really wowed by like all of that.
yeah, I hope that the 2023 personally takes a bit of a different direction and they focus more on hyping the competition rather than hyping just performance that they come in. Like honestly, by the second guy's song, who I think is Jackson Wang, I literally just felt like I was watching a pop performance. Like I just didn't. I'm like, where's the, you know what I mean? So, I I understand they're supposed to be awesome performances, but maybe I'm just wanting more of like, how do I even like on the screen? I feel like at the beginning is when they did most of the player things on screen. Um,
Yeah.
And I felt like that should be towards the end, like, you know what I mean? They really just lost me there. They really just lost me there. It's like I read the end of the book first and then went back to the beginning and finished in the middle, so I feel incomplete. That's kind of where that's kind of where I'm at with this one.
That's a good analogy.
Um, Honestly, what else? Whoops, sorry about that. I like that they brought in. I was gonna say I like that they brought in a guitarist. Like I saw they had a drummer too that they panned to for a couple seconds.
Yes.
So I don't know if they've had live performers, like musical instrument performers, in the last few, but we haven't seen them. So it was cool, getting that guitar performance. And I mean, the drumming was, we didn't have his own like solo or anything, but the guitar kind of did. I personally adore that like guitar tone was like, nails on a chalkboard for me, but doesn't matter. I just like that they brought in a guitarist and she got like at least a couple seconds of spotlight.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was really nice to see.
I think that's it for me.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think it was like I guess I was kind of putting myself in the picture of the crowd or the position of the crowd at first too. And like when it first started, I was like, "Oh, so I guess if you're on the other side of the stadium, you're not seeing anything." Or I'm like, "Or do you have extra performers there?" And it was nice to see that once that curtain lifted, I'll call it a curtain, but once that lifted, you could see performers from the other side come in as well. So it was nice to see that they had double performances. So like everybody got to see the proper thing.
well, I would expect so. I mean, it's a 360 arena, right? And
Yeah, yeah.
they had the three screens positioned in 30 degrees each. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, I'm like, my brain was like, oh, and like considered it just for a minute. But it was nice to see that, yes, they thought of that, obviously.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Duh. Yeah,
yeah.
just half the stadium
Um,
gets no show.
Yeah. No, yeah. It was a silly thought, but it happened. Just glad to see it. And again, I think the performers did incredibly well. Dancers and the actual like music talent that they had. Again, everything sounded really awesome. And yeah, I guess I'm impressed by the scale of it and how like flawlessly everything seemed to play and connect.
Yeah, no, the scale was sick. So, I expect it to be just as big in 2023. I don't expect it to go any bigger. I mean, they're already stadium size, so I think they're maximizing the scale of their performances.
Yeah.
I really don't expect anything else. They're like, and we're gonna have a drone show on top. Yeah, no, I don't know. I honestly don't know what they're gonna do. I just think what they could do is here just refine parts of the show, and people might be like, oh, you're just being picky. I'm just like, anything can always be improved, right?
For
Honestly,
sure,
and
yeah.
I'm sure that the team would say the same thing. The production people on the team would say the same thing. So, for me, the biggest thing lacking here was the story,
Yeah.
right? It was great performances, but lackluster story, and that's story is hard to do. I think story is hard to do to make the crowd feel connected. I mean, I'm sure the crowd felt different than I did sitting there, but for me personally, I didn't feel connected to going from these three performances into, oh, okay, now we're gonna watch some teams play for the game. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, um, sick, sick. I can't wait to watch the 2023 one. Honestly, hopefully it comes out soon. What month is it? We got, I don't know, not that long left in, like, what are we, like, halfway ish through the year? Oh wait, 4 months into the year. It just feels like time passes really quickly. Honestly, I feel like we'll blink and then it will be like end the year.
Yeah. I just want to quickly say, because we had that left on screen, the trophy is different this year, which would
Oh,
have been
there's nothing on screen right
especially
now, but yeah.
no, but
So
that's yeah, sorry. But that's like especially would have been nice to have that close up of, or a few more shots of it, more time with it, because it's actually different from every past year.
yeah, I mean, there's nothing special about it, and I think that's maybe why the attention isn't on it. Like, honestly, it's a really simple lackluster trophy. So I'm just, and it didn't even have an opening, right? So I really think it's something
Yeah.
that they just didn't even want to
Highlight.
highlight too much because it's kind of, honestly, it's kind of meh, to be honest. And it's always kind of sad when what's supposed to be the pinnacle thing that the teams are
Yeah.
chasing is kind of like eh.
Yeah.
So um, I think that's, I don't know. I mean, you guys will have to give us your opinions on how what you think about the trophy and just the unveiling of that whole thing, and if the teams had enough spotlight, you think, and if they did enough for you personally to get you connected to the actual storyline of the teams rather than just being wowed by musical performances,
Yeah.
which were great. So, anyways, that wraps it up. As always, leave your thoughts down in the comments, and if you are liking our journey through these, this is the last one out, so we'll have to be all waiting for the 2023 one. But until then, please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. All right, bye.
Bye.